I didn't learn music. I cannot read music. I cannot write music, and I don't play any instrument. All that I know is a God-given voice, and that is what you all are hearing, is me singing.
In our life, it is easy to complicate things, but it is very difficult to keep it simple. For the last couple of hours, I've been trying to find out words which can describe my guest aptly. If I was a good singer, then I would have definitely sung few lines of a song. But I know you have a great appetite for music, and I don't want to spoil it off. So let me keep it very simple, as the world knows her. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Nightingale of Goa, Amche Lorna. Madam, thank you very much for joining on this visit of yours to Goa and sharing, making time for this interview.
Yeah.
First of all, हांव पयली प्रश्न विचारतो तुमकां. फाटल्या फावटी rumors जाले, and I also tried to get in touch with your sister. Just maybe we can have a chat.
Yeah.
What would you like to say to all the millions of fans of yours about this particular rumor and about you?
It was not correct on that person's part to spread such a rumor. This is not the first time. This is the second time this rumor has been spread. And I was very hurt about it, but I took it very lightly and I passed it off. Yeah. And I received so many calls from people asking me, whether this rumor. I said, you're talking to me, so what else do you want to know? Yeah. So that is the thing.
I think that is the love that people of
Yes.
Goa and all the music lovers have on you.
Right.
I think that is the blessing.
Yes.
Okay, moving on, not much has been spoken about your life. People know you for your music that you have entertained for so many years.
Right.
म्हाका एकूच विचारपाक जाय is you are Goan by heart, but then again you were born in Bombay. How was it growing up in those early days? Because I understand the times were different.
Yeah.
Music scene was different. How has been that journey?
Well, in Bombay, it wasn't much because I was more into Goa because people were more interested in hearing me sing in Goa. So in Bombay, I wasn't doing anything much except for some few recordings, and that's it. So I was performing more in Goa, and I would love to be in Goa even till today. So I was waiting for this chance when I will make a comeback. Okay. And today I'm doing it.
Okay, with respect to the childhood days, early days when you were growing up, how was your association with music? How did that journey happen? Knowing music, learning music, how was that particular association?
I didn't learn music. I cannot read music. I cannot write music, and I don't play any instrument. All that I know is a God-given voice, and that is what you all are hearing, is me singing.
And that has entertained us for so many years now.
So many years.
Okay. More importantly, Goa influence has always been there with you. The voice that you have obviously has been influenced by Goa and the way Goan music is all about. Goa happens to be a little westernized state as compared to all the countries.
Yeah.
You always said that Goa is where my heart belongs,
Yes,
though you have
right.
been staying in Bombay. How do you differentiate, or how do you see Goa as your love and your journey in terms of music?
Goa, the people are very fun-loving. Yeah, and they like music. So I think this is the best place, where Lorna can be. And the other people, it's because of them today. What Lorna is because of the people in Goa.
Was this comeback in the 90s after a brief gap? Was that comeback very difficult for you? Especially coming out of that zone of not singing, not performing?
Yes, it was. Because I had not sung for nearly 24 or 25 years. So I was a bit nervous whether this comeback was okay or not. I was a little bit frightened. And every time this gentleman who came to see me, who wanted to bring me out, that is Ronnie Montserrat, I put him off by saying that I'm not interested in singing and please don't come. So it was my mummy who was backing him, not to give up on me. One day she will say yes, and she will. Yeah, so when I went to Goa, there again he came, and I told him, please don't come because I will not be singing anymore. Because I had not sung, Yeah, and I was scared to be on stage and to see a big crowd. I would be scared, and I have not sung for so many years. So it's not going to be possible. So that's how I put him off.
But it took him for 1 year of convincing, right?
Yes. It took him a lot of time Till one day I finally said yes.
Okay, and how was that particular moment or that particular response?
It was lovely. It was lovely. I never knew that I would ever make a comeback like this. And what was my first song? Aikat Mazatalo. Yeah, that is the song that I sang, and I made my comeback with Ronnie Montserrat after 25 years.
Okay.
It was a great moment, let me tell you. I never expected. And I even told him that I will not be able to see a big audience because I've not faced an audience
For
at
quite some
all
time,
for
yeah.
so long. So it's going to be very difficult for me. So he went on, convincing me and telling me, no, nothing will happen. See, don't worry. And my mother told him also. And then he knew the horse he was backing. And the comeback would be great. So that is the reason why he didn't give up.
I also want to ask you is, we've seen this pandemic now. We've seen around one and a half year,
Yeah.
where we have been disconnected with people. Obviously, digital played a very important role, but you had a similar phase going where you were disconnected maybe from the audience or maybe from your fans rather.
Yes, yes.
How was this pandemic treating you?
I didn't like it actually because, see, this pandemic thing, a person like me who wants to be back on stage, this kept me back for very long. And that I got frustrated. And I was waiting when this thing will end and when I would be back on stage. And this is the day today where I'm going to make my first opening after the pandemic.
Okay, so that's a great moment to have you on this particular show. You've been associated. You have a great career. You have a legacy of your own.
Yes.
You have collaborated with a lot of people, especially just to name few from the Bollywood would be Bappi Lahirida, Kalyanji Anandji, Lakshmikant Pyare. A huge list that goes on.
Yes.
I just want to ask you: is there any memorable moment that you can recollect from the past that you'd like to share to all our audience?
I've sung with Mohammad Rafi.
Yeah.
Yes. That was very nice. We both sang together. Noshiba Krotta. Yeah. So that was a memorable thing which I cannot forget. And of course, I used to go and sing the music, this Hindi music, where Chris Perry took me, where I used to go and do not background as such, but when they would sing, then we had so many other singers, but they wanted me to be first and let the rest be behind because they wanted my voice to be prominent.
Very true.
Yeah.
Goan music and obviously Goan voice like Lorna has always inspired many. This voice or maybe this music has always been there in advertisements also. We've seen in the past where Nike advertised their campaign with one of your old songs, which had that flavor of Goa. Yeah. In recent times, though you have been away, maybe in Bombay or you've been away because of this pandemic, we see you many a times here in Goa, whether it is on the billboards or whether it is on the hoardings with respect to Goan Sip. So you've been part of the advertising campaign also. How does it feel to be part of a Goan brand like a Goan Sip and be part of that particular journey as well?
It was good. And the person for whom I did it is sitting here.
But how has been that experience? Because
good, it was really very good.
You've never done a campaign for a hardcore campaign as a brand ambassador.
Yeah, never ever. This was the first that I did, and it was a grand success. But this pandemic thing, you know how it was. It was really bad. So for nearly 2 years, I think I was out of this, and now I've made a comeback.
Also, there have been a couple of movies that have been made which were loosely or generally associated with your life. You never felt like opening your heart to all your fans and telling them your story, the Lorna story, because we see a lot of icons maybe coming up with books and autobiographies and stuff like that. You never felt like telling your story to your actual fans?
Yes, definitely I would like to tell. But somebody must come up to me, no? The person who came up to me didn't, he came actually to do the autobiography, but when I refused him, that is when he did this movie. Okay. What is the name of the movie?
Nachaya Kumpasar.
Nachaya Kumpasar.
Like Remo did his autobiography recently. Can we have an autobiography of Lorna?
Yes, why
Maybe
not?
something, memories that she has had over these years.
Yes, why not? Somebody must come up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to go on and on with this interview, but I would like to end this interview on a very positive note. Is your message to all your fans watching you right now through this medium?
Yeah.
What would be that particular message for all the fans?
Message to all my fans is that Lorna is there still kicking and will. I love them as much as they love me.
Very true.
Yeah.
I think you summed up really nice. It's the love. Many
Yes.
people say you are the nightingale of Goa. I think you are the goddess of Goan music. I would
Thank
end
you.
up on that particular note. Lorna, thank you very much.
I
It
must
was
thank you
indeed
too.
a pleasure and an honor to be sitting in the same space, interacting with you and sharing this story to all my audience. Thank you. Pleasure it was.
Thank you so
Pleasure.
much. Thank you.